I love Tradecaster.
Happy Saturday, everybody. Just a friendly reminder.
Over the past 12 months, how much money did you make day trading using your strategy? $551,000.
That kind of money, it's like you know what you're doing.
Sean knows his stuff.
So this is exactly how I did it.
Perfect.
I want everyone to go trade.
Go! Let's go! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
Anything else?
It wasn't pleasant. That was during lunch hours.
Take some pictures.
Now we're up $1,200.
We got some action right here.
$2,000, $760.
If I tell you how I was able to do this, go out and make that money, make a killing.
Can we start getting ourselves in the green somehow? Get it, people! A bot sell man making HUDI $1,000. Ollie with a $327 trade. Boom, guys. $989 profit. $2,600. Oh, baby! Oh, baby! Oh, baby! You guys want to see something good today? We're bringing something good to the house. Ah! We're back, baby! We're back! You can't finish us off, baby! We're coming back swinging! Day in, day out! Ready to go! Let's get ready to have ourselves a day, huh? Let's get ready to have ourselves a moment in time. Let's get ready to absolutely crush it across the board. Traders, I'm excited. I'm motivated. I'm looking forward to an absolutely incredible day. Yeah. Want to make sure, again, mic's all good. Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Want to make sure that we're all set, ready to rock and roll. I hope everyone is excited. I hope everyone is fired on up. I hope everyone is ready for this day. Today's actually the first day ever I'm live streaming over on X at this moment. So again, we are live over on X, as well as YouTube, as well as Tradecaster, as we're getting ready for some very big things coming up in this future. Now, again, what are some big things that we have? Number one, ladies and gentlemen, you have probably seen it, but Tradecaster is dropping prices. Yes, guys, you already know. We usually charge $174 a month. Ladies and gentlemen, that all changes. That is a thing in the past. That is no more. I don't want to charge anymore. I don't want to do that. We are dropping it down over $100. We are going down to $79 a month starting up on Thursday. If you want to live stream with the kid, the guy, every single day, we are dropping prices down by a massive percent, less than 100, less than 90, less than $80 a month. Get ready to rock and roll. And this is perfect timing as we get ready for our summer boot camp. Our summer boot camp is right around the corner, guys. Our summer boot camp is going to be starting on Monday of next week. So just a little heads on up for every single trader that is here, that is excited, that is focused, that is gassed on up right here. Next Monday kicks off our boot camp. And what our boot camp is, it is going to be 0 to 100. We are going over, if you know nothing about stocks, saying, Dek, I don't know anything about stock trading at all. I don't know what a stock is. I don't know what the stock market is. I don't know how to trade. I don't know how to set up a broker. I don't know how to make money. I don't know strategies. I don't know how to read charts. I don't know level twos. I don't know how to find the best plays. We are going over it all. So starting next week, Monday through Friday. Monday you show up. You don't know anything about the stock market. By Friday, you are going to have the education of a 10-year vet on Wall Street. Doesn't mean, again, you're not going to have to practice. Doesn't mean, again, you're not going to be able to have to say to yourself, hey, you know what? This is going to take time. Sure, traders, there are two parts of being successful in the stock market. And so many people don't understand this. So many people do not realize that it takes two different parts to be successful in stock trading. It's education and experience. I could sit here and I can tell you day after day after day after day how to be successful. But until you apply it, you are never going to actually be successful. How do I, what's another way to put this? What if you said, hey, I want to get really fit, right? I want to get really jacked. I want to have huge arms, six-pack abs. I want to be able to, look fantastic, right? Well, I could sit there and I could say, this is how you do it. You eat these foods, you lift this much, you do this much cardio, yada, yada, yada. And then guess what? You say, okay, awesome. Until you apply it, you do not see any results. How many times, guys, have you guys ever been sitting on the couch watching a football game on a Sunday, eating your cheese puffs, maybe having a little chocolate pudding, rubbing it down your cheeks, and you're watching a Sunday football game, and all of a sudden someone throws an interception, and you're just like, what an idiot, right? Obviously, you can't do that. You can't get out there and play because we might have education on maybe, again, what a right play is or what a good defense may look like or a good offense, but until we actually apply it and build up experience, that's when you can be successful. So I'm going to do everything I possibly can over the next week straight, over the next, again, 5 days, Monday through Friday, to teach you how to be successful. And I will give you what people are going to charge $5, $6, $7, $10,000. This is not a trading course that you are going to sign up for and, again, spend $3,000 on. That's not what we're doing here. I literally just want to teach you how to be a successful stock trader. So Monday through Friday of next week, get ready for that. But ladies and gentlemen, we got today. We got today going on. And we got to make some money today. How about this, guys? Let's set a target for ourselves today. I think a reasonable target today is going to be $975. I don't know. The number just popped in my head. Boop. Number just popped right in my head. $975. So let's go for that target today. $975. Let's make sure that we're all set, ready to go. Now, traders, for everyone that is tuning in at this moment, I want you guys to smash that thumbs on up. I want you guys to like this post over on X, retweet it to share it with some friends. I want you guys gassed on up, and I want you guys to match the same energy that I have. Because again, we work the greatest job in the world, don't we? We work the absolute greatest job in the world where we have, of course, we could go ahead and drive into our commute. We could go sit there for an hour and a half as we sit in traffic listening to the radio. We could go ahead and work underneath our boss, go over to our cute little cubicle where we have little plastic daisies, again, growing out of a vase so we never forget to water it. And again, we sit there for a nice 8 hours as some lady with a stapler comes on over and checks up on us. Hey, that sounds fun. That sounds awesome. Or again, we could be our own boss. Or we could be our entrepreneur. When we are, again, a trader, you are the CEO. You're the CEO of your trading account. And guess what? The harder you work, the more your trading account's going to grow. Everyone says they want to be a stock trader. But at the same time, no one wants to put in the stock trader effort. Just because you want to be a millionaire doesn't say, oh yeah, I'm going to trade as a millionaire and guess what? Boom, it's going to happen. You still have to put in work. So many people think, oh, hey, when I start trading stocks, I only have to work 5 minutes a day. That is true at some points. That is one of the perks of being a stock trader. But that doesn't mean, again, every single day we're just hanging out, golfing, drinking margaritas, and traveling around. We still have to put in that $1 million effort. If you get lost in the sauce, lost in the social media hype, lost in the fantasy of what is actually realistic, that is when you are going to start seeing your account deplete. The moment you start making money in the stock market is a life-changing moment where you are going to be amazed on, again, how incredible it is. But the worst thing you can do is start making money in the stock market and start getting comfortable. All of a sudden you stop studying. All of a sudden you stop again doing your research. All of a sudden you say to yourself, hey, you know what? I'm making money. I don't need to do this anymore. I made it. That's where, again, the account starts going the opposite way. So I want to make sure every single day, every single morning that you guys are trading with me, you guys are confident, prepared, fired up, and ready to go for this day. So let's talk about this right here. What do we have going on at this moment? It is currently 8:55 a.m. I want to go live and stay live for you guys for the next 2 hours or so. Next 2 hours. Absolutely crush it. And I want to make sure if you are trading today, every single one of us is coming out in the green. Okay? So we have right now 4 minutes until the next PR wave. For anyone who does not know, press releases come out every 30 minutes in the stock market. That means, again, we're coming out 7 o'clock, 7:30, 8 o'clock, 8:30, and 9 o'clock. These are going to be the hot PR waves. Pre-market is one of the best times to trade. Now, why is pre-market one of the best times to trade? Because this is when we have brand new news comes on out. This is when we see a stock go from $4 to $5. Or maybe PRFX goes from $1 all the way up to $3. Or GXAI goes from $1 all the way up to $180. Or PLYM goes from, again, $14 to $21. The reason why stocks go on massive rips and massive runs is because there's a reason behind it. There's credibility behind it. Now, if we can find the credibility first, we are going to be able to get in first. We will be able to enter first. Stock trading is a very simple game. It really is, guys. There are 10,000 stocks out there. There's going to be new developments every single day. If you can spot the new development before everyone else can, guess what? You can make a lot of money. Easy and as simple as that. Well, Dek, that's easier said than done, isn't it? No, not really. All you guys have to do, of course, is have a news scanner. Again, the best news scanner out there is FoxRunner. FoxRunner literally tells me what is the best press release every single day, every single morning. For instance, what did I just say? 7 o'clock, 7:30, 8 o'clock, 8:30, you get a lot of hot news. PRFX came out at 8:30 a.m. 8:30, 84% gain. It's literally highlighted for me. And again, accepted into the NVIDIA. NVIDIA is one of my key words that I like to always look at. Accepted into the NVIDIA Connect. NVIDIA is highlighted. It's accepted into a NVIDIA program. This is one of the key words that I always like to be able to have. I also have voice alerts on it as well, so it always reads it out to me whenever there's an NVIDIA press release. PRFX goes on a massive spike. Let's say we're looking at the news scanner at 8:30. Guess what happens over on PRFX? We're looking at the news scanner at the time of 8:30. We see PRFX was just accepted into, again, this platform. All of a sudden, stock starts going from $140 to $150 to $2 to $3, all the way up towards around $330. Now, even if you miss it on the upside, guess what? You can short it on the downside. After a stock goes on a 150, 200% spike, guess what do you think is going to happen? It's most likely going to reverse back on down. It's most likely going to crash. Traders, every single one of these low float plays are all going to be pumps on up and dumps on down. They're basically legal pump and dumps every single day. Every single day, there are hundreds of millions of traders, just like you and I, that want to make that quick dollar. We want to be able to find the hot news, jump in, ride the momentum, and make that money. Now, after, again, we make that money, guess what we do? We sell our shares, and we don't care what happens to the stock next. So really, every single day, it comes down to who's prepared, who's educated, and who's ready. If you're watching the news scanner, you get the best news. You watch the news scanner and you jump in quickly, you're going to be at the bottom. You get in quickly after, again, watching the news scanner, boom, you're going to be able to make the most amount of money. That's how it works, right? You know, same exact thing with VCIG this morning, 86 cents all the way up to $1.40. Guess what? This came out with a press release right around 8 a.m. So again, we can just scroll on down here. Here's GXAI, here's VCIG. Guess what happened? 7:59 a.m. VCIG came on out with a US $2 billion partnership. Partnership's one of my key words. You guys can see $2 billion partnership, 3-star press release. Guess what happened over on VCIG? VCIG came on out, went on a massive spike, gets overextended, shorts on down. You have two opportunities to make money. Go on the upside or you go on the downside. Same exact thing where you're scrolling up GXAI. GXI, 3-star press release, talking about a multi-billion dollar market with artificial intelligence. GXAI, again, this play went on a great spike at around 8 o'clock this morning, still holding up its gains, a little bit of a short. But in the next about 15 seconds, we are going to have another press release wave. Now, most likely, this is not going to be the biggest press release wave in the world. 9 o'clock's a little bit slower, but let's just see what we have. Now, also a little heads on up, team. I do only have lower floats. So everything's 0 to 20 million in float. I don't care about 100 million, 200 million in float stock. I'm looking for low float plays. Let's see if anything big comes on out here at the time of 9 o'clock, and then we can really kind of get this day started and be prepared fully on what we want to be looking at the kickoff. So we do have a couple press releases. You guys may have heard we just had phase news, but that I think came out with the earnings reports. Johnny Rockets serves up nostalgia with new retro-inspired beverages. Okay, we don't care about that. We do have NTH talks about its earnings reports. UFI right here launches Peppermint expands offering. Okay, don't care about this at all. So again, nothing too big at this moment. Nothing too big. And again, not every single press release is going to be incredible, right? What we're trying to do is we realize that there is going to be thousands of press releases every single day. All we're trying to do is minimize that. So again, how do we minimize it? Well, number one, we know that we are going to have hundreds and thousands of press releases out in the world every single morning, right? How do we minimize it? First things first, let's just go over to our additional data and let's go over to float, 0 to 20 million in float. The float are the shares offered to the public. The lower the float, the higher the demand, the bigger the spike we can have. So guess what? We only want to look for the crazy spikers, the crazy rippers and runners. Do you guys realize PRFX is only 1 million in float? Do you guys realize LASC is only 10 million in float? Do you guys realize GXAI is only 8 million in float? Do you guys realize VCIG is 2 million float and FLXS is 3 million float and DFLI is 5 million float? Why would I look for any sort of news that's 50, 100, 200 million in float? It's just not worth my time. So the thing is, I'm always looking for lower floats that can go on better spikes, better rips. So immediately going from, again, all these plays that are larger floats and then going to these lower floats, guess what? We are now going to eliminate thousands of plays. You guys want to see the easiest way to be able to understand this? I'll give you a visual. Ready? Go over to your screener over on finviz.com. Go to finviz.com. In this moment in time, there are currently 10,362 stocks available to trade. Okay? Now let's go to the all section right here and let's go to float. And as we go over to float, let's just go to under 20 million. Now remember, there's 10,000 stocks available to trade. We want to look for the best 2, 3, 5 plays every morning that have the hottest news, the biggest breakouts, the biggest spikes. So guess what we do? We look for under 20 million in float. Guys, we just went from 10,000 stocks available to now only 1,900 stocks available. Now you might say, Dek, 1,900 stocks, that's a lot of plays. Absolutely. But guess what? We just eliminated 8,000 stocks that we don't care about, that we don't need every single morning. So now again, that's absolutely great and that's absolutely awesome that we're able to get a huge elimination and we're able to now focus basically just on this 20% of plays. Now, out of this 20%, how many are going to be coming out with news every single day? Out of again, 2,000 stocks that are in our price range now or in our float range, we are going to probably say there's going to be about 150 press releases every single day. Okay, awesome. So we have again 150 press releases that we're probably going to have to go through. Well, how do we know which ones are good and how do we know which ones are bad? Very simple here now, traders. Well, we are going to only be looking for hot keywords. Hot keywords, guys, these are words that are going to stand out to us to be able to know that it's a great press release. For instance, if we have positive, top line, significant data that's demonstrating treatments on drug trials, talks about awarded, top of the line, significance, collaborations, awarded survival data, or again, positive endpoints, primary endpoints, things like that. So again, when we see again 3-star, 2-star, 1-star words, we know we have at least some sort of hot keyword, right? Some sort of hot keyword. Now again, there are keywords that I specifically like and enjoy. And what are these words right here? You guys can see like meaningful, demonstrates, agreement, survival, anything basically in gold I really like, right? And then again, I am now saying to myself, all right, hey, there's words I like, words I don't like, words again I'm focusing on. So I'm eliminating everything I need from again going from 10,000 to 1,900 by having again the best ratings and of course getting highlighted my keywords. I'm able to find press releases just like that. How many people follow me over on Twitter? How many people follow me on StockTwits or Instagram or over on TradeCaster and always are sitting there wondering and saying, how does he find news so quickly? Well, how do I find news so quickly? Hey, ladies and gentlemen, 30-minute press release wave coming on up. 8 o'clock has just happened. 8:30, everyone's watching. 8:30, PRFX, accepted into the NVIDIA Connect program. Also, again, I have a voice alert for NVIDIA. You can add voice alerts and you're all set, ready to go. So again, I get all the news right away so that we're all set. And again, I just stress that so much here, traders. I know I just basically dove into a lesson at this time because the thing is, everyone asked me the same. I literally got bombarded somehow with like the same question every day or this morning. Hey, how are you finding these press releases? How did you find PRFX and LSAE and GXAI? Guys, you got to have the answers. To be honest with you, yes, there is part of being a stock trader that you have to have education on. The other part about being a stock trader is you need to have the right equipment. You do. Right? That's it. You could see, and again, you might have heard that little Bitcoin press release. Let me turn on the voice alerts so it comes to the live screen. But you see LMFA raises $23 million in Bitcoin treasury. Maybe LFMA is going to get a little bit of hype from that. We'll keep our eyes peeled on it. LMFA comes out with news a little too often, though. So I would stay away from LMFA. It kind of gets oversaturated. But you know what I always like to say is, if you want to be a race car driver, right? You study every turn, right? You sit in your bathtub, you study every turn, you study every single move, you study again where you should be applied brakes, where you should hit the gas, where you should try to overtake, right? You study everything. But guess what? If you don't have a good car, you are not going to be successful. That's just it. Guys, I could be the best race car driver in the world. If I am driving a station wagon and everyone else is driving those F1 cars, I'm losing. It doesn't matter how talented I am, I can't keep up with the competition. Same exact thing as you as a trader. I'm not sitting here trying to throw a sales pitch out for you guys to go get scanners, but I'm saying you definitely have to have something or you are going to be late to the game. Okay? So just a little heads on up for you guys. If you guys do not know, the scanner that I'm using right here that gives us a lot of the answers every single day is FoxRunner. FoxRunner did just come on out to their 1-year anniversary. That means they are having a 30% deal right now. Little heads up for every single person. So if you actually do go over to FoxRunner at this moment, they are having a 30% off deal plus a free 30-day pass where you guys are going to be able to get everything you need. Type in the word Foxy and you will get 30% off. So yes, guys, that is right here. Type in the word Foxy for 30% off plus a free 30-day pass over on FoxRunner. Little heads up if you guys want the news. But hey, let's make sure, again, we dive in on this day. Let's get ourselves fired on up and let's get ourselves excited because we got to make sure that every single person is all set, ready to go on this day. Let's make sure every single person is gassed on up and make sure every single person is prepared. So what should we be focusing on today? Everyone, ladies and gentlemen, right? Scream out your favorite play. What is your favorite play that you guys think that we should be trading on today? Well, we have a few different options. We have PRFX, we have LASC, we have PLYM, we have GXAI. These are the two stocks. Now, traders, here's a little backstory. I remember when I was in college, and probably you remember when you were in college, or if you didn't go to college, you remember when you were in high school. And if you did not study for a test, you probably went into that test and said, I have no idea how this is going to be. Your heart's racing a little bit. You're a little bit nervous. If you fail, what your parents are going to say, oh my goodness, I'm not doing well in this class. Preparation leads to success. We're going to take the next 23 minutes, get completely prepared in every single way so that we are all set, ready to rock and roll. Okay? So let's do exactly that. We have all of the hottest press releases today. The best press releases we have is number one, PRFX. PRFX came out with a press release this morning that says it is accepted into the NVIDIA Connect program. So that's the number one press release this morning. It's up 116% or was, and it says accepted into the NVIDIA Connect program. Now, why is this a big press release, ladies and gentlemen? The reason why this is a big press release is because PRFX is only or was only a $1 stock. Now, again, they're coming on out and they're saying to themselves, hey, we were accepted into the NVIDIA Connect program. You have the world's most valuable company working with PRFX. Are they working with? This is where it gets a little subjective. Regardless on how you think about it, PRFX has a press release with the world's most valuable company. We are going to see investors get excited about that. We are going to see investors start moving in on these plays. We are going to see people exaggerate. NVIDIA, PRFX, they're working together. Guys, at the end of the day, PRFX just got accepted into one of their programs. It's not like the CEO is hand selecting PRFX. It's PRFX is accepted into a NVIDIA program, which is great, which is awesome, but it's not as big as we think. But at the same time, traders and retail traders will definitely say, oh, it's a partnership, NVIDIA and PRFX, and that's where things get carried away. Remember, we got a 1 million in float stock. We have 1.8 million shares available for this stock to trade. And guess what's happening? PRFX right here, people are getting excited about that. People are saying to themselves, oh man, PRFX, NVIDIA, this is going to blast on off. And it definitely can because it's a low float play. But it's really not as an incredible press release as you may think. Regardless, a 1 million in float stock with, of course, big volume and is the top gainer on the day, things can get carried away. Now, how high can this play get up to? Well, traders, let's take a look at the past chart history pattern. What is the number one thing you guys notice about the past chart history pattern? What is the number one thing that you guys realize about the past chart history pattern? What is the number one thing that stands out to you guys about the past chart history? For me, is that this stock is known to spike and it's known to give everything on back. That's what it's known for. This stock is known to spike and this stock is known to give everything on back. Stocks are like, family genes. If your great granddaddy had red hair and your granddaddy had red hair, and your dad has red hair, I'm going to make the wild assumption that you have red hair. If PRFX spikes, forms a giant upper shadow and dumps on down, spikes and forms an upper shadow and dumps on down, spikes and forms an upper shadow and dumps on down, spikes and forms an upper shadow and dumps on down, spikes upper shadows and dumps on down, and now right now at this moment it's sitting at 290, I'm going to make the assumption today, I might get a little crazy and maybe again you guys got to keep me in line, that I think that this play here today is going to go on a spike, probably come up towards maybe $3, $4, maybe $5, upper shadow, and come crashing all the way back on down. PRFX could be very well an extremely hot play today. But I will say by the end of today, it's probably going to be crashed all the way back on down. Because that's what the stocks genes are, right? That's what the stocks genes are. If your grandparents are both 6'5" and your mom and dad are 6'5", you're probably 6'5". Just the way it works. Same exact thing when we're taking a look at PRFX. Understand the DNA of this stock here. Past chart history pattern is definitely going to give us a great idea. Now, we can also ask ourselves, where is there going to be old resistance because of this past chart history pattern? Where is there going to be old trouble? Where are we going to have issues over on PRFX? And what I see the most probably, and this is like still very far away, but I would say like 560. Wouldn't you guys agree with me on this? Probably that 560 area. Take a look, dip buy and bounce play. Take a look, top resistance. I'm seeing top resistance over here. I mean, I would love for both sides to win here, right? PRFX squeezes and spikes all the way up to 560, old upper shadow area, somewhere around $5 plus. Stock starts coming back on down. Hey, PRFX here, traders. If this stock can catch fire, absolutely, we could start getting that momentum. Absolutely, we could start getting that squeeze. We could start getting that breakout. We could start getting that next leg. So I do think PRFX could easily pop, rip, and run here today, especially with a NVIDIA-like press release. Remember, it's not a partnership with NVIDIA, but it definitely will kind of, like retail traders, Wall Street bets will definitely kind of turn it into, oh wow, NVIDIA handpicked PRFX. You guys ever play that game Telephone as a kid? Where it'd be like, we used to go through, as a kid, go on the bus, and the bus driver would start something, and it would try to go all the way to the back of the bus and see if you had the same sentence. And somewhere along the line, it would get messed up. The bus driver would say a sentence basically saying, Ronnie likes Katie. That would be it. And by the time it goes through every single person, gets to the back of the bus, it would be Ronnie has a secret crush on Katie, and again is going to show up at her house at night and throw rocks at her window, and if she doesn't, he's going to break in. It would get so carried away and get so kind of out of proportion. That's sometimes how we have, again, like PRFX, where people say, hey, PRFX was accepted into the NVIDIA Connect program. By the end of the day, if all of a sudden PRFX is spiking on up, it's going to be PRFX was hand-selected by CEO Jensen Huang on, again, getting involved over on the NVIDIA AI artificial intelligence. And that's just not true. But at the end of the day, it's a low-float stock that retail traders want to get involved in. Let this thing go crazy, and we can short it right back on down. You guys know what I'm saying? Right? So I want to make sure that we are all set, ready to rock and roll here. All right, so PRFX, high watch and high alert for that spike and that dump. Let's also throw on the VWAP indicator at this moment. Throw on the VWAP. If we want to stay bullish, we got to stay above the VWAP indicator. We will have some strong resistance right around 335. And also, let's just see right now, guys, where is and how is, let's just go with shorts over on PRFX. PRFX, if I wanted to get shorts on this play, aka I want to bet against this company, I would probably do 3,000 shares on this play. Let's see how much this is costing. This is over on Cobra Trading right now, ladies and gentlemen. And let's see, let's go locate lowest, cancel. What do we have here? $133 for 3,000 shares. That's going to come on out to, we are going to need about a 4-cent move to make back our entire profit. Okay, that's not bad whatsoever. But let's see if we get a little bit of a morning spike first. Let's just see if we get a little bit of morning ripping, a little bit of morning running, a little bit of morning, popping. Okay? Now, we have another spike here. Number 2, LASE. LSAE here, traders. Do we want to get involved in LASE? Well, why is LASE up? Well, LASE is up because of why? It came out with an earnings last night. So if you guys are taking a look over here and saying, Dek, what are the best press releases of today? And you're like, oh, LASE right here, it's not showing up as the top gainers of news here because this is news of today, not news of last night. Okay, little heads up for you guys. So if you guys actually want to see, we can see though, just a little heads on up, LASE did have news. It just had its earnings report last night here. So I believe, yeah, right here, LSE came out with an earnings report last night. LASE has revenue growth of 317% year over year. So again, credibility. Why is, again, the first stock, PRFX, spiking? Partnership with NVIDIA, kinda. Why is LASE the number 2 top gainer? Because we have revenue growth of 317%. Again, what else do we want to add into the mix? Let's add into the mix. It's only a 10 million in float stock. We have a 317% growth play quarter after quarter. And now again, LASE only 10 million in float. Traders are getting a little excited about this play, right? That's all it is. Traders getting a little excited about this play as, again, traders saying to themselves, oh, hey, let's see if we can make some money. Now also LASE, what do you guys realize about this play? Strong rejections right around $5. It does not matter what stock this is. If it's $1, if it's a $1 play, $5 play, $10 play, $15 play, $20, $25, these are natural resistance lines. Things we're going to teach about next week. Next week, guys, if you guys don't know about support and resistance, we are going to dive into it clearly. But remember, traders, when we are, again, trying to be successful in the stock market, what do we need to note? What do we need to say to ourselves? What do we need to be able to break on down? We need to say, hey, let's find the hottest plays, but what we need to understand to actually be successful is where are stocks going to reverse at? When stocks reverse, that's where we make money. If I get a dip buy, I buy low, it reverses up, I make money. If a stock, again, goes on up and I short it and it comes back on down, that's where I make money. Guess where I don't make money? I don't make money if a stock is just, hey, it's a top gainer, let me buy at the high and hopefully it goes higher. Sure, that can work on like Apple or Google or YouTube or like something like that. Like it could work on a blue chip play, but it's not going to work on a lot of these penny stocks that we're buying at tops and we're hoping for more, right? And I know, again, we don't want to be that trader, that 99% of people who just are too late to the game. People are so late to the game, guys. You know, we follow social media, and I'll be the first one to say this. When I first started stock trading, you always make the assumption, at least I did, that if anyone told me anything on the internet that kind of had a following, they must know that must know more than I know. And if they know more than I know, guess what? I should listen to them. And if this random person tells me to buy LASC when it's all the way up 100% already, I'm going to do that. Or if I short it and they say, don't short it, you're going to get squeezed, I'm going to get out. Or if the stock is dumping on down and everyone says this is for losers, I'm not going to get in. Remember, the best time to get involved in plays on the upside is when the stock is down low. The best time to short a stock is when it's near its highs because you have the most money to win. Stock trading is a game of opposites. You want to be able to short at highs and you want to be able to dip buys the lows. Let's not get confused. We don't want to buy the highs and short the lows. That makes no sense. So let's apply our learning to what we have here over on, of course, these plays. LASE, $5 is going to be the main resistance line. Delicious. So what we have right here is we have $5 is going to be our main resistance line at this moment. Ladies and gentlemen, before I even go any farther, can everyone take 1 second before I even go any farther? Hit that like, hit that retweet button, drop a comment. I would love to be able to get some engagement, especially over on X and YouTube, just because, again, I want to go live for you guys. And if you guys are enjoying this, I want to go live more often. So the thing is, if you guys are enjoying this stuff, if you guys are enjoying this content, the only way, again, I know that you guys want me to do it more is by interact, by giving a thumbs up, by retweeting it, by liking it, by commenting on it, whatever. So again, I know I'm just not sitting here talking to thin air, making up little buddies and friends along the way, and maybe I can do that. But at the same time here, traders, I would love to be able to get some feedback from you guys to know, again, what's good, to make sure that you guys are all set, ready to get after it together. So let's have some fun. I appreciate everyone joining us on this day right here and right now. Now, what else do we need to be able to be aware of? LASC, are we going to be able to break this $5 mark? Well, LASC, $5 is going to be strong resistance. And if it can't break $5, it is going to come crashing back down towards probably $3.75. Dek, where's $3.75 coming from? That is the 200-day moving average. The 200-day moving average is going to be holding up as very strong support. One of the most popular indicators out there. One of the most popular indicators out there is the 200-day moving average. If you can hold the 200-day moving average, amazing. If you can't, that shows a lot of weakness. So LASC, this is going to be a play that could easily spike and run right at the bell, but then again comes crashing back on down. Let's see how much shares are over on LASE this morning. Okay, let's see what we got over on LASE. If I wanted to short LASC, let's say 2,000 shares. Let's go to inquire about this. This is over on Cobra, my favorite broker in the world. And let's go over to locate lowest. This is going to cost me $50. 2,000 shares over on LASC. I'm actually going to acquire those. I'm going to get those for $50 right here. And I just want to set an order now. I'm going to go LASC in case the stock squeezes and spikes its way on up. I'm going to do, again, 250 shares if we get a little morning spike right at the bell. Now, what would be a little morning spike right at the bell? If we get somewhere right around, $5, I'm going to put in some orders right now. 250 shares at $4.99. Put in again $4.94. Put in again a little bit more, maybe at around the $5.02. Going a little bit higher right around $5.07. Maybe again a little bit more if we pop on up towards around $5.11. Right? I'm going to put in some orders all around this area just in case we get a little bit of that pop, just so we get a little bit of that action. If we, again, come on up towards around that $5 mark where I could be able to make some cash and say, hey, you know what? I'm going to give this one a chance here. So I always like to set orders now so that I am prepared at the start of the day. So right here, LASC, I will look to short if we start spiking our way back up towards $5 and maybe up towards around that $5.20 mark, right? We go all the way back up towards around these top areas. We'll be all set, ready to go over on LASC. Right? We do know PRFX. PRFX, I'm a little bit nervous to short it right off the rip because I do know how much room that this stock has to run and spike. We know that this play is known to spike, rip and run, then give a lot back. I do think there's a great chance that at the start of the day, PRFX takes on off maybe up to like 360, 370, then gets a little pullback. But the ultimate target is all the way up towards like 560 today. The ultimate target on PRFX is up towards around like more of that 560 area. There's a lot of potential over on PRFX today. Now, what else do we have here, guys? GXAI. We still got 9 minutes left until the start of the day. Now, GXAI, what's immediately standing out to you? Well, to me, guys, I'm seeing a little bit of a bull flag pattern. Aren't you guys? GXAI, I'm seeing a little bit of a bull flag setup here. A little bull flag wedge. Have a nice spike because we have good credible news. Stock's getting tighter and tighter and tighter, and now starting to get a little bit of that breakout. What's going on with GXAI? Is there any credibility behind this play? Well, here's the news right here. Take a look. GXAI launches an art gen and AI image and video creation platform. Okay, so like a Grok. Okay, like a ChatGPT. Okay, like, Gemini. Okay, like Llama. Like what? Like you guys know all these different, AI platforms. So basically, GXAI is saying, hey, we are again starting our own platform. And now again, that's getting a little bit of spiking, ripping, and running. So GXAI, this is right now considered what? The number 3 top gainer in the stock market. Being the number 3 top gainer in the stock market right now, this play could definitely get some attention. Now we do know, taking a look on this play, we do have a bull flag pattern getting caught on up and maybe could squeeze on out. If you guys do not know how, again, like a bull flag or a bull wedge looks, you guys can just head on over towards, like, just go to Google, right? Go to, just type in bullish wedge pattern. You guys want to go over here. Type this on out. What do we have here? Like with a bull flag. Basically, we have a spike getting tighter and tighter and tighter. We get a nice rip on up, right? So again, whenever you have these wedges, right? Whenever you have like a wedge pattern, you have a spike, stocks get tighter and tighter and tighter, then it shoots its way on up. A wedge pattern is essentially all the volume is getting centered into this little tiny price point. All the volume is getting tighter and tighter and tighter until it explodes. Imagine this, guys, right? The best way to really think about, how a bull flag pattern works is really just going over here, right? Let's say this. Let's say we have a very big lake, okay? Here's a very big lake right here. When you have this very big lake, let me just continue make it big. What's the water like? What do you mean, what's the water like? I mean, if you have a very big lake, the water is nice and calm, right? You might have, again, this guy over here. He's, again, rowing a boat. That's fun. There's some people, again, playing in the water over here. That's nice and fun. That's cool. Oh, hey, take a look over here. There's a guy sailing. Oh, ahoy, ahoy, matey, right? But what happens if all of this water goes into a little tiny river? Well, what happens over here in this little tiny river? Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's where, again, you get those whitewater rapids, right? You get those whitewater crazy rapids because what you have is all of this water volume going into this little tiny canyon. And that's where the water is insane because there's so much water pressure in such a little area. So what's happening here? GXAI, we have all of this volume getting centered into this one little tiny area. And as we are getting centered into this one little tiny area, guess what we're seeing? We are seeing, again, the stock going to get tighter and tighter and tighter until something dramatic is going to happen. Now, again, dramatic could be on the upside or dramatic could be on the downside. Just because you have this pattern doesn't mean it's going to be an automatic spike. But what I will say is that this play definitely has potential to spike, especially being the number 3 top gainer with $6 million in float and does have a credible press release behind it. So, GXAI, known to have a couple big pops in its past. Let's see, do we have an overall area of an easy platform of resistance? I would say starting on off, probably right around $2 is going to be some strong resistance areas. Dek, where are you pulling $2 from? Like, where is that $2 mark coming from? If you want to take a look, very simple, very easy. I'm always looking for where is there going to be old trouble? Like, where did we have like a platform in the past? Well, I see right here, right? And I think you guys can all agree. We had bouncing here, bouncing here, bouncing here. We had bouncing here. Then obviously you could see the stock basically turns and falls here. We did close off a day here. Then on top of that, we did have a little bounce play right here. Then you could see the stock basically starts turning and falling here. Then we have strong resistance right here. This would be where I think we definitely have some sort of trouble, maybe right above $2 or so. So if you are interested on GXAI to go for a nice little squeeze, how high or where could GXAI get up to? I would say GXAI could easily get up towards around maybe 210, 215 right at the start of the day. So for me, I'm going to go over GXAI, see how much shares are to short over on this play, $1.70. Probably going to look for like 4,000 shares to be able to short. Let's inquire about these plays here. Go to 4,000 shares that I would like to be able to short. Locate lowest. Let's see what we have. That's going to cost me $10. Cost me $10. Sure. I'm going to go ahead and accept that right there. Get my 4,000 shares. I'm all set, ready to go. Type in over on GXAI. I'm going to look for shorts maybe a little above, again, that a $2 mark. See if things can start getting some hype. 500 shares, excuse me. We are going to go up towards, I'm going to put some at 208. Beautiful. I'll go up towards around 202. Beautiful. I'll go up towards, again, maybe even a 199. I'm just like, averaging in orders all around that area of where I believe it's going to get turned. I might get filled on every single entry. I might get filled on no entries. But regardless, I want to just, get filled and maybe be able to make a little bit of quick money, be able to make a little quick cash. So I'm going to put in some short entries right here at this area. Make sure that we're all set, ready to rock and roll. So I have, again, I am watching PRFX. I have entry set over on LASC. I have entry set over on GXAI. VCIG just getting a little bit weaker. PRFX, guys, this one, let's watch to see what this one's going to do right at the start of the day. But let's, again, just make sure every single person is prepared and ready to rock and roll. Let's do this, guys. All right. Did we go over top gainers with news and filings today? Starting off our morning, again, our morning prep here. Did we go over PRFX to know that it was accepted into the NVIDIA Connect program? The answer is yes. Did we go over GXAI to know that it just started like a brand new ChatGPT type of deal? The answer is yes. Did we go over PLYM? PLYM here, traders, we did not talk about this one just because, again, it's a much bigger and float play. And on top of that, it's not up as high. It also doesn't have that big of a press release. We'll kind of keep it on the back burner. Okay. Now, on top of that here, traders, we did go over the top 1, 2. Those are the ones that we're looking at the most. Both lower float plays with, again, some hot keywords. Then on top of that here, traders, we do have just overall top gainers. Our overall top gainers are PRFX, LASE, GXAI. And again, those are every single one we have already talked about, already have gone over, already are aware of. Okay, so I always like to just double check that. On top of that, guys, I just want to make sure PRFX good, GRXI good, LASC good. Is there anything else that we're really missing? Nope, we're all set. Here are some other press releases that maybe, again, we just want to be aware of or anything along those lines. And it seems like right now at this moment, we're prepared for everything. We're all set. We're ready to rock and roll. We are all good, ready to get after it. So, hey, ladies and gentlemen, it is 9:28 in the market right now. Just a little heads on up, I have 0 positions. 0 positions at this moment. Nothing I'm currently sitting on. Nothing I'm currently in on at this time. I am, again, sitting back, waiting for the next big rip, waiting for the next big run and get myself excited. Traders, 9:28 in the market. If you guys are fired up on this day, again, what's our target today? About 970 bucks we want to do? $975? Let's do it. Guys, let's get ready to rock and roll right here and right now. Smash that thumbs on up, hit that like, hit that retweet. Let's get ourselves gassed on up here, baby. It's game time. Going full on Rambo status. Darts only. Let's get ready to go. Woo! Woo! $9.29 here, baby. Market's going to be opening on up here in just about a minute. And obviously, we want to go over absolutely everything together as a team. 30 seconds until the market opens on up. Let's get dialed in here, traders. Yep, as I already stated, if you guys want the same exact news scanner as I was bringing up before, you guys can get it over on FoxRunner. Type in the word Foxy, Foxy, for 30% off. They are having their 1-year anniversary right now. Foxy will give you 30% off plus a free 30-day pass. So make sure, again, you guys go do that. Check it on out. You guys will be all set, ready to go. That's for the same news scanner that I get all the answers on every single day. Okay? So you guys are all good. But hey, here's my position box. The moment I get filled, you guys see it. Let's see if GXAI gets a little bit of a pop. Let's see what happens over on GXAI. If it can spike on up towards around that 210-ish mark, that could definitely get very big and also get very exciting. I am not filled on anything just yet. We also want to keep our eyes peeled over on LASE. LASC, if that one gets that quick little rip up towards around $5, that could be awesome. And we also want to keep our eyes peeled over on PRFX. PRFX, guys, starting on off, it will have some strong resistance at the old spiking high around 350. Will have some old spiking high resistance right around that 350-ish mark. But at the same time, if this play does break 350, I mean, guys, we got room to run to like 560. Like, PRFX is probably the best chance to squeeze today because it does have a NVIDIA-like press release. Keep our eyes peeled on it. I know BI and I had a little bit of news this morning. Very small play. We'll keep it on the back burner. I'm feeling good, though, today, baby. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling alive. I stretched out this morning. I don't want to pull pull a calf muscle or anything like that. I want to make sure that I'm all dialed on in, making sure every single person is ready to go. Right now, traders, let's see what kind of comes on up. Let's see what play is going to start getting, the majority of the buying volume, the majority of the hype. Now, team, as I always like to be able to throw one out there, make sure, again, when you guys are trained today, we went over the prep. We made sure we were aware of every single stock, but make sure you guys are getting yourself, I got to get an affiliate link. Make sure you guys get a wrist guard. The number one injury for stock traders is going to be, again, a sprained wrist. Now, why is that, guys? Quick movement, quick lateral movements with the mouse. Again, after weeks of quick lateral movement with the mouse, definitely your radius bone right here can definitely take a little bit of a sore beating. I recommend everyone trade with maybe 1 or 2 wrist guards every single day. Dek, why don't you? I don't. I'm living on the edge right now. Probably will though. PRFX here, team. Obviously excited, ready to go. GXAI, watching to see if this is going to spike on up towards $2 plus. We still are inside that bull flag pattern, guys, but the bull flag pattern is getting a little shaky. Bull flag pattern's getting a little shaky. LASC, guys, one of those plays that I do have against shorts on if we can spike on up towards around that 520-ish mark. 520 or so, you guys do know I will be looking for shorts up towards that area. I will probably start shorts on LASC all the way into like the 490s into, again, $5. So a little heads on up, LASC, guys, starting my first little short order, aka betting against the play as LASC gets a little bit of a spike. Now, Dek, why are you starting down low if you think it could get up towards around 520? Just because I like to get a little skin in the game. Just in case it ever turns and falls and I can make a couple quick dollars, fine, right? Because I don't know. I don't know for a fact if it's going to hit 520 and then turn and fade and fall. I just do know that probably around $5 to 520, it's going to have opportunity to start getting weaker. So right now, I got filled on my very first order of 250 shares on LASC. If it turns and dumps, hey, no big deal. I'll make a free $100. If it doesn't turn and dump, no big deal. Guess what? I can maybe get filled even higher to get my best overall cost basis. So LASC, first trade here today. Let's see if this one can be able to get a little bit of hype, get a little bit of that momentum for us, and of course go from there for that nice big breakout we all want to see. So, Dek, what would be your stop loss? Stop loss would be over on this play if it ever started breaking probably like 530, right? You know, kind of gets a little overextended, starts going on a too big of a rip and a run, things start getting carried away a little bit, right? That's where I would start saying to myself, all right, hey, I got to limit myself, make sure I'm putting myself in the best positions possible. But hey, first little start on the trade here today. Looking for, again, where the buying volume is going to take us. Shout out to everyone who's joining us at this moment. Nearly over 2,000 people watching over on X right now at this time. Dek, GDRX, is that a good short? GDRX getting a little bit weaker at this time. Man, we're going to have ourselves a day, huh? We're going to have ourselves a day. I'm pumped. I'm pumped. Guys, LASC, here comes a little bit of that hype. Let's see what we get on LASC here, traders. Now, LASC, I am now filled 1,000 shares. Dek, where at? 503. Now, Dek, what's your thought process? I am thinking LASC is going to hit resistance, fade and fall. Hit resistance, fade and fall. Hit resistance, fade and fall. And LASC comes on up, hits resistance, looking for the fade and fall. I am in right now at 506 with 1,250 shares. All I'm doing at this moment is saying as long as we stay underneath this 520 mark, I know I'm good to go. Right? So again, I am not trying to be a superhero when I trade. All I try to do is try to think of where is there realistic prices that the stock could easily fade and fall towards. 520, 520, 520, 520. If we, again, ran up to 520 and now we dump back down to, let's say, somewhere in the 480s, I could easily make $200, $300, $400 just like that. I'm in on 1,200 shares at the price of 506, watching to see now, are we going to stay underneath this area? Now, Dek, where would you get out of this area? If we break probably 520, I'm probably just going to get out, take my loss, and move on. And the reason why I do that is because I don't want to get squeezed if this play ever kept on going up even higher. I want to be a smart trader, be a reasonable trader, and say, hey, if this play is not doing exactly what I want, let me again move on from this play. Make sense, everyone? So LASC right now, coming on up towards around that 520-ish mark. Let's make sure, guys, it's starting to break 520 a little bit, getting ready to get out of this play. 520 broke, got to move on. So traders, I am taking my first small loss of the day. First small loss of the day, got to have a stop loss, got to be willing to move on if a play does not work. Now, what's great news is LASC, we got out of the play. LASC, very hot. LASC, let's see where the next spike is going to be. First trade on the day, small loss. Now, Dek, why again? Are you happy with that trade? I'm happy with my entry. Got in on where I wanted, moved on from this play. It's starting to reverse a little bit right now. Should we look for another entry over on this play? Well, if it falls back underneath 520, guess what? We definitely could start seeing some turning and fading. Let's just see, though, how high can this go on up if it does keep on getting some buying volume? If this play keeps on ripping and running, where can this truly get up towards next? I want to see if there's a clear-cut area. 560 maybe? I want to take a look. What's that area? 550? Now, I'll probably enter again, probably up towards around 550, 560. So, traders, I want to throw something out there, right? Throw something out there. Because a lot of people don't understand this. I'm a full-time stock trader. I do this every single day. Now, I know some people watching, they're like, he lost. Okay. The thing is, this is how you trade. You trade like this, ladies and gentlemen, for anyone who needs a little help. Is you want to, if you lose this. If you lose, you lose this. If you lose, you lose this. And when you win this. So basically, it is small loss, small loss, small loss, good win. You lose this. You lose this. You lose this. Guess what? You then win this. So you go small loss, small loss, small loss, big win. Notice what we're doing right now. We are moving in the right direction. I will always, every single time, be willing to give myself chances to win. Now, Dek, take a look at what's happening right now in LASE. Can anyone realize what's happening over on LASE? The plan that I initially have is now starting to come into fruition. The plan that I have right now is starting to again happen. Am I upset with my trade? No, I am not. I'm happy with my trade. Again, $200 is a very small loss for me. I trade with nearly $50,000. So the thing is, I'm trying to keep everything as tight as possible, and I do have the confidence that, hey, this is pretty awesome that it came on up exactly where I wanted, a little bit higher, but now starting to turn and dump. Can I jump back in on this play? I definitely can, but I might want to wait until it gets back above $5 and start going from there. Little heads on up, PRFX right now, team, trying to get a little bit of action. PRFX trying to get a little bit of hype right here as well. So PRFX trying to get a little hype. LSC still on watch for this possibility of this play. Again, definitely has a lot of room to be able to fade and fall on this one. I would like to be able to get it, though, maybe back up above 500. You know, back up near that 520 mark would be best for a nice short, probably all the way back down towards like 370. Notice I was in a little early. I was trying to be a smart trader, getting out of the play, got up towards 534. And even again, still at this 590, it's not bad. BINI, little bit of a pop right here. Again, our goal today, guys, is a little bit, is what? Our goal today is seeing, can we get probably right around what? You know, $900, $1,000. That's the goal here today. I will still look for the same entry over on LASE if the stock can be able to spike back on up towards around 510 to 520 again. So if we can get back up towards around that area, I will again load up on some plays once again and be able to say to myself, all right, hey, time for me to get after it. But I do everything live in front of you in real time, trying to, again, check out where can we be able to make this money? Where can we be able to make this cash? Can we do this together? Guys, LASC, there's the dump. So, am I happy with the trade I took? Yes. Could I have held for an extra 10 seconds? Yes. But again, I don't want to be a bad example. I don't want to be a bad example. Look at LASC come crashing on down. Unfortunately, guys, LASC is pretty much done with. If you guys aren't on LASC, you guys are seeing the crash and you guys are seeing the fade. Amazing job, amazing work. If you guys are profiting off this play, Dek, if you held onto your trade with 1,200 shares, how much money would you have made? I was in at around 506. It's now down towards 460. That's going to be around what? About a 50-cent profit. Would have been about $700 right there. So LASC, this could have been about a $700 trade over on LASE. But at the same time, you know what? We can just nail another. So we're looking. Trying to stay alert and trying to stay ready. I like the game plan, though. Game plan was there. Just lack of execution. INSG right now here, traders. PRFX. PRFX had a little bit of spike. What did PRFX get up to? 350. PRFX is one of those plays I could easily come crashing back on down here. We got one small trade on the kick things on off. I'm ready to go, though. I'm ready to go. Come on! Ah! Come on now. So, anyone see anything spiking big? Traders, also, what do you guys know? S&P 500. What have I been waiting for? Guys, little heads on up. GXAI. I do still have GXAI shorts as well. Now, GXAI shorts, let's remember this. Where am I looking for those GXAI shorts? Up near around $2. If I can get filled on GXAI up near around $2, I will be interested in looking for those. Why am I looking for that, guys? I'm looking at old past chart history pattern. Take a step back, and again, I'm going to do the same exact thing as I did before. Okay? GXAI. Where did we have trouble? Everyone stick with me. Bounce play, bounce play, bounce play, bounce play, bounce play. This area back here. We then also have top resistance right here. This is all around $2. I want to see, are we going to hit this area? I'm going to put this area in red and get the turnaround and get that fade right along that area. So notice how this green candle right here is coming up to that red resistance line. That's an old spiking high. That's a consolidation bounce area. That's, again, a nice bounce area here, bounce area here, bounce area here, bounce area here. So I'm looking to surround $2. A little underneath $2, a little above $2, up maybe up towards around 210, 215, and then, of course, be able to get a nice drop and be able to get a nice fade from there. So GXAI, I am starting to get filled on, again, some positions just in case we get a little pop and we get a little fade. Now, again, what would I be looking for? I'd be looking for the same exact trade idea as LASE. LASE, I lost. There's no way around that. I 100% lost. But at the same time, the trade did work out. If, again, I just realized maybe I had a little bit of momentum and went a little bit higher than what I thought. Right here, GXAI, I'm looking for the same exact idea. GXAI, spike on up, hit some top areas, get filled at a good overall cost basis, and let's see if we can get a fade back on down and a good little fall. That's my idea here. That's my focus. So GXAI, Dek, did you just get filled? I am in on this play. Where are you in on? I'm in on 2,500 shares at the price of 202, the orders that I set in pre-market this morning. What am I looking for? I'm looking for, of course, GXAI to hit the red resistance line of that 205, $2 mark. And we're looking for a red candle to bring us back on down to somewhere in the 190, 185 mark and be able to make, again, a quick little $500 or so. That's the goal that I'm looking for. So, again, right now, we are, again, currently up 260, 280, $310. Let's see if we get some weakness. Nice reversal at this area, traders. Let's take our profits just to be a smart trader, and now we just made back our loss. Okay, guys, great little trade right there to just get us back to even. Okay, so we lost 297, we just made 260. Great. That's all we needed right there. All I wanted to do over on that trade was just get myself back to, again, starting point. Now let's go make some money. But remember here, traders, can everyone now trade with confidence? Is everyone saying to themselves, Dek, I see what you're looking at. This isn't just me just sitting here and like rubbing a magical ball and being like, what's going to happen next? I'm trying to teach you guys where to be able to make money. Because it's not just about finding what's the best play of the day. What stock is going to make me the most amount of money? Has anyone bet on Wall Street bets recently? Has anyone seen any? What's the next GameStop? Does anyone know what the next GameStop is? What stock is going to go on the best spike coming on up? No, we don't need to do that. We can find what's the best play, and then we just look for where the reversal's at. Okay? That's all we're looking at. So, got ourselves back to a nice little area where we need to be. Got ourselves back to a nice little area where we need to be. Now let's try to find the big trade of the day. Okay? Ready to rock here, everyone. Ready to go, 9:45 in the morning. Everyone here should be jacked up. Jacked up. Feeling good. This morning I woke on up, poured myself a bowl of Honey Nut Cheerios. Didn't add the milk. Added some Mountain Dew. People always say you have the lifelong argument on cereal. Hey, Dek, what do you do first? Do you put the milk in the bowl first or the cereal in the bowl first, then add the milk? People always want to go back and forth. Oh, I add the milk first, then I add the cereal on top. Oh, I put the cereal and then I add the milk. Guys, you got to think outside the box if you want to be successful. I do, again, the cereal. Then I do the milk. Then I do the bowl. It's just an absolute mess every morning on my counter. And then I just grab one of those forearms and just slide it right on in. Picking up any crumbs from last night's dinner. Nothing goes to waste in this household. Start thinking outside the box. GXAI, nice reversal back on down. Dek, how do you make money in the stock market? You do it by reversals. Dek, how do you find money in the stock market? You short again at old resistance areas. Traders, we've had two types of trades today. Both are shorts. While again I lost on one, I liked my entry. That was over on LASE. Stock went on a big time spike. We shorted at around the price of 510. Stock went a little bit higher, came crashing all the way back on down. Right? Did exactly what we thought. Doesn't mean the execution was perfect, but we did exactly what we thought. Today, GXAI, we did the same exact game plan. Watch for a morning spike off hot news, gonna hit resistance and most likely fade and fall back on down. If it breaks resistance, guess what we do? We move on. Breaks resistance, guess what we do here, guys? We move on from this play. We cut our losses out. We keep them nice and small, keep them nice and tiny. That's the best way to possibly trade. So we're gonna be looking for that first trade to really make us a lot of money on the day. So I'm excited to see what we have. Looking to see what, of course, what hype is going to be coming up here next. Ladies and gentlemen, I do got to throw this out here. For anyone who does not know, I live stream every single day over on tradecaster.com. Now, I'm going to give you guys a little heads on up. Next week, we are going into our summer boot camp, teaching you everything we know from A to Z. But I just got an update from the program team that I work with. They have just right now changed the prices. So if you are someone that is saying, hey, I want to go ahead and I want to trade with Dek every single day, we are no longer charging $174 a month. We're no longer doing it. We're no longer charging $174 a month. We're no longer charging, again, anything near that. Prices have now just changed. If you want to be a TradeCaster member and only pay $79 a month, or you want to do one of these bulk memberships, you can take advantage of it right now. You can take advantage of it right now. The lifetime membership is still the exact same. But if you are saying, hey, Dek, I want to become a member of TradeCaster, I just couldn't afford it before, I couldn't watch you before, it's just too expensive at $174 a month, we changed our prices for good. Our prices are now set and changed for good. Less than $100, less than $90, less than $80 a month. So if you are interested here, guys, we also give you a free 7-day pass. Come on over right here. Price drop is now live. And on top of this, if you guys sign up this week, you will have access to next week's summer boot camp. Do not miss out on it. I will give you all the answers you want. I will teach you how to trade successfully. I will give you all of the little secrets. Sign on up. It's less now than 49% of what it was yesterday. And you guys are going to be all set, ready to rock and roll. Summer boot camp next week. Going to be incredible. I'm not live streaming next week, guys. I'm only doing the summer boot camp for all of our members. So again, take advantage of it. It's now, I think, an extremely affordable price every single day. What does it come on out to? $2 a day? Come on now. Let's go. PRFX, LASC, GXAI. Fired on up here, traders. Let's get ready to rock. Shout out to everyone joining us over on X today. This is the first time I'm live streaming on X. I hope you guys are enjoying it and having a blast. So make sure that you guys are all set. Our Piler Dek, what if we are a current member? If you're a current member, you can just re-sign on up. You will get the free 30 days and any time you have already paid for. So anytime you have already paid for, you can again sign on up. You will get all the time you have paid for, plus again a little free trial access as well, and then you'll be on a brand new subscription. So you will be all ready to rock and roll here, baby. I'm jacked up. I'm so excited because I just want to work with everyone. I want to teach you guys how to trade the right way. I see too many, again, people flexing nonstop on social media, but not ever showing you anything how to be successful. Let's look for some of these next trades here, guys. LASC. LASC is starting to get a little weak here, guys. Don't you guys think? GXAI. GXAI is coming back up towards around $2. I'm looking at, I see a little DHI. DHAI, guys, is just a little too cheap for me. I'm not the biggest fan of seeing stocks that are that cheap. I'm just not the biggest fan seeing stocks that are that cheap. Right now, we're basically breaking even. Looking for, again, what play is going to really start spiking and get that big time, rip and run. Dek, lifetime members, I want to be in a different color username. T Mitch. I will make that happen within the next 2 weeks. You're a lifetime member. I want to put you over in get you all set, get you in a different, lime green color. I like it. I like that idea. Basically, again, give you some special privileges. some special privileges, maybe some special gifts, some special stickers, some special things. I like it. Let's make that happen. Give me like 2 weeks. All right. We are about almost 2 hours in of streaming here so far. And we are, again, waiting for that first big explosion of the day. That's what we're looking for. That first big explosion, that first big move, that first big rip and run, that first big stock that's going to say, hey, you know what? I'm here. Come get me. I'm here. Come enter me. That's what I want to do. I want to be able to find PRFX, go on a big rip and run, LASC starting to fade back on down, and we could look for shorts over on these plays. Remember here, traders, with everyone here, with the people that are over on TradeCaster that I know are experienced because I taught them, the people that are over on YouTube, the people that are watching over on X right now, the thing is, traders, we are surrounded by the best of the best. There is no play right now that is currently spiking, ripping, and running that we're not aware of. There is no play at this moment that's going on a big-time pop and rip and run that we're saying, oh, man, I can't believe it. That's one of the best things about being part of a community. You never miss a play. We're fully aware of PRFX and the fact that, again, they have a Connect program with NVIDIA. We are fully aware of LASC and, again, where resistance was at and why the stock turned. We are fully aware of GXAI and the press release that I had this morning and, again, the strong resistance right around that 210 mark. We know it all. But now, again, we're watching to see what's going to take on off. Right now here, traders, GXAI trying to get a little bit more hype, trying to build itself back up towards around $2. Can it happen? So really, for a spike to happen today, for a spike to occur, GXAI needs to be able to break through its old resistance, and that's going to be right around 205, 210. Unless you break 205, 210, GXAI isn't going anywhere. Heads up for you. PRFX needs to break through, again, that 350 mark. If it can break through 350, that's where the stock has the best chance of success. Break through 350, that's where that play can start ripping and running all the way up to 560. PRFX, got to keep this one on the back burner. Break of 350, we can definitely see the stock get halted and maybe spike here and there. So PRFX, guys, starting to build its way back on up. GXAI also trying to build itself back on up. 2 plays, number 1 and number 2 top gainer. LASC, guys, big sell-off. LASC, anyone shorting from, again, this morning alert, make sure you guys continue to keep on shorting. We're going to watch both these plays. Iggy says, Deck, there was a headline this morning that said Palantir is valued like it invented time travel. Team, I've been watching Palantir a lot recently. I have. And again, I'm invested long-term on Palantir. I don't know if you guys can see this or not. But again, Palantir is one of my long-term investments. I'm in on Palantir at the price of 71. I got in on April 7th. $71 is where I'm in on Palantir. I bought in on Palantir at $71. It's now all the way up towards $165. Now, Palantir, guys, is one of those companies that is like NVIDIA-like, where not like it does the same thing, but just the amount of action it can have. Like the amount of growth that this company can have, which it has already had. It's already had massive growth. But I don't think you guys realize how much more Palantir can actually have in the future. Now, I'm not saying buy at the very tippy top. Best area to buy it would be like back down towards like 120, 110. Okay, so I'm not saying buy at the very tippity top. It is over-evaluated right now. It is a little overextended. I would definitely say wait for Palantir to come back more to a realistic area. But the amount of growth that is in the future, 100%, with government contracts, with against surveillance, with Palantir being having so many connections with the Trump administration, with defense, with of course the armies and the militaries and the CIA. Palantir basically has a monopoly in this AI defense region right here. It is like the NVIDIA of AI chips. So this is one of my heaviest investments. I'm in at $71 over on Palantir, and I will continue to keep adding over on Palantir. Now, again, there's also something that could be very good as well. And again, you guys know how we have NVIDIA? What would you guys say is NVIDIA's number 1 competitor? What would you guys say? What's NVIDIA's number 1 competitor? I would say AMD, right? I think most people would agree with that. Now, AMD, if we go back to a monthly chart, did AMD go all the way from the price of $4 and spike all the way up to $1,000 like NVIDIA did? NVIDIA was crazy. NVIDIA went all the way from $4 all the way up to like $1,000, right? It had a stock split. But at the same time, you know, AMD, if you guys invested early enough, you still made a lot of money. Does anyone know what company can make you a lot of money, which is like the AMD to Palantir? Anyone know? It's BBAI. BBAI is probably the closest competitor with PLTR, but at the same time, which is also great, they're also partnered with PLTR. So Big Bear is the same exact thing in a way, kind of different, kind of not, but it's in the same field. Where again, Big Bear AI is going to work on surveillance and work with the Department of Defense and have their software be able to bring military context and be able to figure out different strategies and be able to watch different people and have surveillance and everything along those lines. And Big Bear AI is one of those plays that could be able to bring in a lot of hype and bring in a lot of momentum. So again, BBAI, very hot and something that I want you guys watching. Little heads on up. If you guys go over to the news alerts here and we scroll on down, you know, I believe it was earlier this morning here. Let me actually go on back. What do we have, traders? There's some really good information here, right? What is this? Oh, it talks about Palantir. So look at this. Palantir has dominated the AI defense trading space. Is Palantir the next NVIDIA-like investment? It already is up 131% year to date so far in 2025 and up over 500% in the last 2 years. Guys, Palantir is insane. People have made hundreds and millions of dollars off Palantir. Literally Palantir millionaires. Go over to Wall Street Bets, check it on out. Up 131%, over 500% over the last 2 years, right? So, if you guys want to, you guys can read a lot more into this. But essentially what we have here is we have Alex Karp, who is the CEO of Palantir, is essentially sticking his hand in the cookie jar of all of the government. He's got words with Trump. He's got words with Elon. He's got words with the Department of Defense, with Doge, for, again, big surveillance. Now, a lot of people, I'm going to be honest with you, don't like Palantir. Not they don't like the Palantir stock. They don't like the power that Palantir has with, of course, Big Brother. And what do I mean by Big Brother? Is Big Brother as in always having surveillance, always watching you. Your privacy is never actually private. When you invest in a Palantir, you are investing in kind of having unlimited surveillance on us, on you, on your family. But obviously, what are they looking to do? They're looking to protect America and have surveillance on others in other countries and, you know, bad things. So that's the whole point. But, you know, some people say, oh, Palantir thrives when there's war. When there's war, when there's crimes, when there's bad times, it's good times for Palantir. When it's good times, it's bad times for Palantir, right? So some people don't like Palantir because of a moral aspect. Some people like it because of just the stock. Again, I don't want to get into what is right, what is wrong, what is Palantir, what is, you know, that's all up to you. But what we will say is Palantir has been absolutely crushing its earnings. What we will say is we have not seen a stock grow like this since NVIDIA. What we will say is the amount of connections and the monopoly that this company has is like the monopoly that NVIDIA has on AI chips. And I know it's annoying to already see a 500% spiker. And with me saying this, I'm not trying to get you to buy Palantir at the very highs. But I would say, just like I will, I'm going to continue to add on Palantir for a long time. Now, as I stated as well, if you guys are interested on something else, you guys could say, hey, Dek, I don't want to get inside of Palantir. I want to get involved in Big Bear. Big Bear is something that's much newer, is a competitor of Palantir, but also has a partnership with Palantir. So it is, you know, up to you on what you guys may want to get yourself involved in, you know, but definitely things that you want to be looking at. Now, what else can make you a lot of money here, traders? Well, team, we hear AI data centers, or excuse me, we hear artificial intelligence. Now, this is something really cool, and don't worry, we will get back to trading stocks here in just a moment. I don't see anything even spiking or ripping and running. PRFX still not doing anything. LASC is dumping on down, and GXAI is dumping on down. So nothing's spiking at this moment. Traders, there was a time, I'm going to say this, like, you know, 4 to 5 years ago, where we couldn't even believe that where we are at with AI right now is even possible, right? There was a time 4 to 5 years ago where we said, oh, AI, we will never have that. And we're at the point that we have so many technological advances in AI, we unfortunately just don't have the power supply to keep up. Does anyone realize that? Does anyone know that? So we have all this AI, but unfortunately, we can't actually run our AI because we don't have the power. So what stocks have been doing some of the best in 2025 so far? If anyone doesn't know, it's energy, nuclear plays. Traders, is it crazy that Amazon signs agreement for innovative nuclear energy? And it's not just Amazon. Is it funny that Meta signs a 20-year deal with nuclear power plants, signs AI growing energy needs? Is it funny that Microsoft reopened 3 Mile Island to be able to have their nuclear energy projects? Traders, what we have is we have AI. Every time you do a Google search, it uses a small percentage of energy. Every single time you do a ChatGPT search, it uses a large amount of energy. The number one biggest fear about AI would be the fact that it's going to go so big and we just don't have enough energy that it crashes the grid. So what are we seeing right now? We are seeing AI need nuclear energy plays. These are some of the best ones out there. And what they're trying to make is these things called SMRs, small modular reactors. So SMRs, how do they work? You guys can read into this. Again, if you guys want to a little bit more, it's over in the news section over on Fox Runner. But again, what are the best companies? OKLO. What are the best companies? BWXT. These are, again, companies that have been absolutely incredible so far in 2025. And why is that? Because people are forward looking. The stock market is always forward looking. What do we need to have AI grow? Well, we need energy. We don't have, our current grid just can't keep up with it. So team, take a look at what OKLO's done so far. OKLO has gone from $5 to $80. That's pretty incredible. Why? They work on SMRs. BWXT has gone from $43 and now going up towards $170. Why is that? Because again, of SMRs. These are companies that I was telling you guys about last year. Literally last year, I was telling you guys to go ahead and buy BWXT. Last year, I was telling you guys to get involved over on these plays. Last year, I was telling you guys to say, hey, you know what? Let's get involved over on these stocks here, right? So, these are all companies I want you guys to just be, fully aware of to make sure that you guys are all set, ready to rock and roll. All right. So, right. So, I mean, guys, this is, I talk to my financial accountant all the time, and my retirement fund, right? I have a financial advisor, financial advisor. And some people ask me, why do you have a financial advisor if you're so smart? Well, again, I have a financial advisor because I want to be set for retirement. Now, again, there's certain stocks that I go in and I look at for my retirement, and I like to get his feedback. He's like a 55-year-old trader. He worked on Wall Street. I like to always get his feedback. Now, you guys want to see something crazy? Right? This is, again, what I sent him back in 2024. All right? This is, again, I sent him back in 2024. His name's Jeffrey. All right? And here's the email that I sent him back in 2024. This was Thursday, December 26th, 2024. And I said over towards him, I said, hey, Jeff, I've been doing a lot of research for 2025. I want to hear your thoughts. What are your thoughts over on nuclear? Over the past 3 years, we've seen billions of dollars being invested in a Meta, Amazon, Google. When companies put millions into AI, they are expecting a return. So the big difference I discovered is AI doesn't have enough power to currently run, yada, yada, yada. BWXT here, guys. Again, stock was at $100 when I texted Jeffrey, when I went over into my long-term investment portfolio, right? That was, again, this was almost a year ago. Guess what? BWXT right now is all the way up towards 170. Stocks are always forward looking. We have to be able to think about where can we be able to get the next big trade? Where can we get the next big profit? This was an awesome trade. Now, again, I actually just recently added OKLO into my long-term investment portfolio as well. This is, again, a more recent add that I had just because, nuclear is getting even more, bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. All right, so that's awesome. Now, what else do we have here, traders? Something I do not have, but again, something that I got brought to attention to this morning reading towards this is BMNR. Is anyone, again, very interested over on BMNR? BMNR, backed by Tom Lee to be one of the biggest stocks of the year. If anyone does not know, BMNR this year is up 683%. A 683% gain this year alone. Now, again, how did that happen? Well, again, Bitmine. Recent attention had a bold pivot to Ethereum Treasury, making it basically the micro strategy of Ethereum. BMNR this year went from like $2, spiked up to 150, back on down to 54. This man right here, Tom Lee, named the chairman of Bitmine Immersion Technologies. So basically what we have here is if you watch CNBC at this time, we are seeing so many people so often have Tom Lee on, and they're talking about tokenization. They are talking about how Ethereum is going to be one of the top, what we're having stable coins. We're having a lot of people talk about cryptocurrency and actually, again, digitalizing how, again, cryptocurrency works. CNBC is talking about it a lot. And I know, again, it seems like, oh, man, crypto's been around for so long. And I guess it has, but it really hasn't. But BMNR is like the new MicroStrategy of Ethereum. MicroStrategy is Bitcoin. BMNR is Ethereum, right? That's how you have to think about it. But so far, this is actually one of the number one best top gainers in all of the stock market, 683% growth because Tom Lee got BM&R all into Ethereum. So that's pretty nuts to be able to think about. So again, some plays that you might want to think about right now. We got BM&R we're watching. We got OKLO, BWXT we're watching. SMRs we're keeping our eyes peeled on. And then on top of that here, traders, we got Palantir. Palantir has been insane. I know you guys are aware of that. But also not even on Palantir. You guys could also be looking at Big Bear AI. I mean, that's absolutely crazy that you guys can keep your eyes peeled on. Deck, is there anything else that you want to be throwing out? Again, I mean, if you guys want me to, do you guys want me to keep giving you guys some awesome picks that you guys can be aware of? Keep your eyes peeled over on Bullish. Has anyone been aware of BLSH? Bullish over on BLSH. This company right here, I'm eyeing this one on up. Now, again, they IPO. They had a pre-IPO for early retail investors at the price of $37. Stock right here, guys, opened up their IPO at $90. Spiked on up to $120. It's been dumping ever since. Okay? Most likely, this company is going to fall back down towards around like $37. But Bullish, that's the name of its company, Bullish, is essentially going to be the first time that crypto is going to be invested by institutions. So if you are a hedge fund, if you run a giant firm, brokers, they're not going to be buying cryptocurrency through some random thing, right? They are going to be doing it through the Bullish platform. So, I mean, think about like we have Palantir, which is a software platform that the US government uses for defense and security and surveillance. Bullish would be like, hey, we have a massive hedge fund for billions of dollars. We want to buy Ethereum. You go through the Bullish platform. So this is a brand new IPO. Just came on out 5 days ago. Very exciting. Very hot. A very big one right now. I know it's dumping. I know it's falling. I know it's ugly. But at the same time, let it fall. Let it get ugly. Just like we saw with Hood and their IPO, right? Hood had a big time spike, got ugly, moved sideways, explosive. Just like we see on Reddit's IPO. Reddit, again, did nothing, now spiking on a very big rip and run. We see a lot of these great companies, IPO, crash on down, find a bottom, move themselves on up. Give it some time. But again, Bullish is maybe one that you would want to be sitting on the back burner on and say, hey, you know what? This one definitely has a lot of potential. Okay? So make sure that you guys are fully aware of that. That has a massive potential across the board so that you guys are all set ready to go here. All right. Now, right here, traders, we are continuously keeping our eyes peeled, watching and waiting to kind of see what this next spike is going to be. ANTEWAV. Let's see what we have. But again, a lot of cool stuff, that we're just kind of looking across the board on, making sure every single trader is ready to rock. Traders, do you guys see anything explosive right now? Just a little heads on up. If you guys are, please again throw it on out there. We don't want to miss it together. I'm kind of bouncing around here. Palantir has gotten pretty ugly here today. There's also a play I wanted to watch. I remember looking at it yesterday. Trying to think of it right now. I believe it was right around $25. Thought it was going to be a good short here today. Let's see what we have. Guys, PRFX is still just moving sideways. Nothing we're missing on PRFX so far. LASC, guys, had the big spike, massive dump. Great job if you guys are shorting that. GXAI still trying to stay alive. We have PRFX trying to stay alive, GXAI trying to stay alive. Two stocks both trying to stay alive at this moment. Two stocks both trying to stay alive at this moment. Two stocks both trying to stay ready and so that we're all set. Guys, if you guys are watching over on YouTube at this time, right? Go ahead. Hit that thumbs on up. If you guys are watching over on X at this time, go ahead. Hit that like button. Hit that retweet. I appreciate every single person. I appreciate every single one of you guys, everyone tuning on in so that you guys are all set, ready to go. I want to find that next possible trade. GXAI, we're all set. Also, traders, as I stated here, we are getting ready for our summer boot camp. Summer boot camp starts on Monday. This upcoming Monday, we're doing 5 days straight teaching you everything I know about stock trading. And as you guys know, for every single person out there watching, we do have the new price drop. The new price drop is now live over on TradeCaster. It's no longer $174 a month. It's not $100 a month. It's not $80 a month. It is now $79 a month, the cheapest we have ever been on TradeCaster.com. I've been doing TradeCaster for the last 6 years. It is the cheapest it has ever been. Yes. So again, I'm done charging high prices. I don't want to do that. I want to have as many people here as we can to turn you into a successful stock trader. Come on over here to TradeCaster. Get yourself, again, a brand new subscription, nice and fresh and extremely affordable. And you guys will be all set, ready to go, especially for next week. Again, getting access now will get you access into the summer boot camp next week. So let's keep our eyes peeled to see what's coming on up here next. Oh, man, I want to see a nice trade. I would like to be able to make some good money here. We got to see a little bit more hype. PRFX, LASC, GXAI. GXAI is trying to get a little bit closer here. Now, GXAI here, traders, little heads on up. We do have a slight downtrend. If this breaks this downtrend, if this squeezes this downtrend, like I would say if we break $2, I think things are going to get hot again. If we break $2, there's a great chance we squeeze on up. Now, Deck, how high can we squeeze on up? GXAI, give us a little refresh. If we break $2, we could squeeze up towards like 240, 250. But right now, we do have this little bit of a downtrend. Let's remember, GXAI did have news this morning. News this morning over on GXAI was stating, let's go over towards it. Stating this morning, they do have like a ChatGPT, like a Grok type of platform. They launch a brand new AI image. So GXAI is trying to set itself on up for a possible downtrend breakout. Notice, traders, when you guys come on over and you guys, let's go to, let's say, bullish wedge pattern. When you have a bullish wedge pattern, what you're essentially looking for over on these patterns and over on these setups is you are looking for something to get tighter and tighter and tighter, tighter and tighter and tighter, and then you break out, right? Tighter and tighter and tighter, and then you break towards the upside. Right now, we're basically getting a nice little, again, fade, and then we're getting tighter in this wedge to get that squeeze and break. That's what we're looking for. So again, when we take a look over on GXAI real quick, we do have this little wedge that's forming. Now, let's see which way this wedge is going to win. And GXAI, high watch today. This one definitely has a chance. Now, remember, guys, I can never guarantee wins. I can't guarantee wins. I can't guarantee losses. I can't guarantee what's going to happen in the stock market. But what I can say right now is that GXAI definitely has a lot of potential to be able to get a ton of volume in the next few minutes with, of course, its new AI platform, with, of course, the wedge pattern, with, of course, only being 6 million in float, with, of course, being, again, the number 3 top gainer on the day. A lot going on here that we can continue to keep our eyes peeled on over on the stock. As always, ladies and gentlemen, I want to make sure that we are all good. If you guys, again, don't as well, what broker am I using? How do I have all of these shorts every single day? I am using Cobra Trading. Cobra is by far the best broker I have ever used. If you guys are interested in using the same exact broker that I'm using, it is Cobra. Cobra is absolutely fantastic, absolutely amazing. Make sure you guys go check them on out and click that link, sign on up. You guys will get a ton of discounts as well. 50% off, free platform usage. Make sure you guys go check them on out. Awesome, awesome platform. GXAI, getting tighter inside this wedge. What do you think is going to happen? One thing right now is it's a little light in volume. Being a little light in volume is saying, hey, could get ugly. If you want to get involved right now, I would short it with a stop loss right around like 195. If it cracks this wedge, we could start fading all the way back on down towards like 165, almost just like LASE did. Guys, notice how LSE bounced off the VWAP, came back down to the VWAP, and got that sell-off. You guys see what I'm talking about? We could definitely see, oh, wow. We could definitely see something very interesting as well when we take a look over on GXAI. GXAI could easily, again, come back down to the VWAP. If it cracks the VWAP after cracking the uptrend, this thing could sell on off. So please just be aware of that coming on up here. Here we go! Baba! Guys, GXAI a little bit weaker here. Needs to bounce off this uptrend. SPY right now, team. What do I want on the SPY? The SPY, I want that one more high of the day. Traders, I want not one more high of the day. I want one more record high. I don't need to show you guys this picture anymore, but I will, because again, I'm a psycho like that. But I will, guys. The S&P 500 average performance over the last 96 years, let's just round it up and say over the last 100 years. Over the last 100 years, the S&P 500's average performance. We know we are about to go into the worst performing month of the year. So when I say, again, we talk about Palantir, don't buy Palantir yet. We're probably going to go into the worst performing month of the year. You're going to get a dip buy. Oh, Deck, what if, again, buying OKLO or BWXT or Big Bear? We are about to get the worst performing month of the year right here over in September, 1.55% drop. So I want you guys to be aware of this, that we are going to have this 1.55% drop, that we are going to have on average over the last century. September is known to be the worst month of the year. Now, you guys can see we are supposed to be right here and right now starting to go red on the SPY. The back half of August, right? The back half of August into September is supposed to be ugly. Then we get into the best months. October, almost a 1% gain. November, 1.5% gain. December, 1.96% gain. Over the last century, the greatest time to trade is the final 3 months. That's over the last century, ladies and gentlemen. Pretty cool, huh? So if we could get maybe one more spiking high, one more top area like that, I mean, sheesh. Yeah. Things could be looking good. Things could be looking spicy. Right now, GXAI traders getting very tight inside that channel. It's really one of the only plays left. PRFX, guys, unfortunately, is getting weak. PRFX is unfortunately getting weak. We know, again, August has been a little bit slower. We know August has not been as hot. We know August is not really like this crazy play right now, right? We're not seeing, August be too wild. I would like to see August pick up a little bit. Guys, we do have, right now, GXAI trying to get this little volume pop. Guys, GXAI, little volume pop. All eyes over on this play right now. All eyes over on GXAI right now. Notice again that little wedge. We are trying to break this wedge. Now, big thing here. We're trying to break this wedge. If we go back underneath, I would say the price of 190, stock's done with. Okay? If we can break this wedge and explode, this is where, again, the breakout could happen. You do not want to go back underneath 195. Do not allow it to go back underneath 195. Again, I've been calling this out from the very beginning of this wedge pattern. GXAI traders are trying to move in on this play right here and right now. And if you guys want to, you can look for, again, some small entries. But I would say do not allow it to go back underneath, I would say, like 195. If you want to get entries, you definitely can, but keep it above 195. If you go back inside this wedge, it will most likely turn and dump back down to the VWAP. So, I am watching this closely. I will enter shorts. I will enter shorts if it goes back underneath 195. Little heads up. GXAI right now, though, trying to squeeze out of the wedge. Can it get enough buyers to squeeze the wedge and turn into the #1 top gainer on the day? Because right now, the floor is open. The dance floor is open right now. PRFX, the one that got the Connect program with NVIDIA, is done. LASC, which had an earnings report, is done. GXAI is where the mob is at. When I say the mob, I'm talking about the majority of buyers. The majority of buyers. This is where it's at right here. Guys, here comes again GXAI, another new high of the day. Deck, you going to short this play? I am not right now. I am not shorting GXAI. Deck, where's the next short on GXAI? Next short on GXAI isn't probably till like 310. I would probably say like 310 or so. GXAI is having an awesome little bull flag pattern right now. Ride the wave right now, team, over on GXAI. Bull flag setup. Even if you guys aren't trading it right now, I hope you guys understand why it's moving. Even if you guys aren't trading it at this moment, I hope you guys understand why it's getting this spike, why it's getting this rip, why it's getting this run, why it has this action. Right? Understanding is clear. Earnings available this week. One stop prop. Woo! Can't wait, buddy. A lot of fun ones over on the, again, prop firm account. If you guys are interested on that, over on One Stop Prop, going to be absolutely incredible. Let's again have ourselves a day. Let's have ourselves a day here. As always here, just want to drop that link for you. If anyone is interested in, again, prop firm trading, you guys can always go do it over on One Stop Prop. Always been nice. Always been, again, a great platform for us. We've never had any sort of issues. So if you guys are interested in prop firm trading, which means, again, you get funded accounts to go ahead and trade, make sure you guys go check it on out. One Stop Prop. They do an excellent job. GXAI right here and right now, still trying to squeeze itself on up, clear the #1 top gainer. If you guys are interested, just do slow and steady entries. See if you can start building a position. Deck, I'm in right now at the price of $2. Amazing. Deck, I'm in right now at $2.04. Amazing. Again, you do have this wedge pattern that has broken on out. And this wedge pattern is doing fantastic. Wedge pattern is doing fantastic. Best entry would have been like, 195. As long as it held 195, you're good to go. It's just the last thing you ever want to see is this stock go probably back underneath $2. Do not allow this play to go back underneath $2 or things can and most likely will get ugly. Deck, how high can this one go up towards? If it keeps on going, we have room to go. What I think is going to be up towards like 255-ish. 255, I think that is old spiking high here. Old top of body of the candle. Bounce play, bounce play, bounce play. 255 is an excellent area if this play can really like run away now. And now it's still having some trouble, isn't it? It's still a little slow. It's not the fastest play in the world. It's definitely still a little bit light. And I would love to play something a little quicker and faster. I'm just trying to get anything I possibly can for you guys that are really eager for a trade. But it's not like, again, like SNAL is doing anything. It's not like, again, TLPH is doing anything. It's not like LASE is doing anything. GXAI, we are trying. It's not like PRFX is doing anything. We, again, are trying to do our best to find plays that are going to be able to make you money, or at least, again, get your needs. So I'm trying to soothe your needs. Every single one of you. Every single one of you. Let's see here. GXAI. GXAI. Easy way to trade this as well. Keep watching that uptrend. Right? We just had the bull flag pattern breakout. Awesome. Now again, do this. Anything that is above that purple line, you are considered bullish. Anything above that purple line, you're considered bullish. Anything underneath that purple line, you are considered bearish. Easy. Right? Now, we can see also, we have some resistance right around that 210-ish mark. Resistance right around 210. If you are interested, as long as we stay under 210 and do not hit a new high of the day, you can look for some shorts here as well in case the stock turns and falls. Right? So again, always shorting near the highs is not bad. Now, Dek, where would you like to short on this play? My perfect area would be closer to like 250. Somewhere in the 240s, somewhere in the 250s. That's just where I feel more confident. That's where I feel like I can make more money. That's where, again, I wouldn't be scared as much for a short. So right now, GXAI, give it to all buyers right now. Buyers right now, let this thing try to go if it can. Up in the 240s, I probably will start looking for some entries. Little heads up for you guys to try to, again, extend my wins on the day. Let's see if we can keep getting this hype here a little bit more. Let's see if we can keep getting this buying volume a little bit more. I'm trying to, again, wake up the market here. I'm trying to get a little bit of hype here. I'm trying to get the traders excited here. I want to see people, again, dancing. I want to see people dancing here, baby. Right now, we got GXAI, 250 target. 250 is where we're going to start loading up on some shorts, start seeing some more weakness. But right now, GXAI is in full control for buyers. Right now, again, most important thing, stay above that 210-ish mark. If you do stay above 210, you guys are going to be absolutely fine. Anyone in on the long side right now over on GXAI. And again, the beautiful thing is there's no other options. You're not trading PFRX. It's done. Give it up. PRFX is fading on off. You're not trading LASE. It's done. It's over. Move on from LASE. Right? GXAI is really the only option as of now for that potential squeeze, for that potential next leg. I would love to be able to see this play, get that big time breakout. We have had a couple highs though. What are we at right now? 220 hit once, 220 hit twice, 220, 220, 220. We're having some strong resistance up near around this 215, 220-ish mark. If we cannot break this area soon, it's most likely going to go test the uptrend again. Little heads up, if we do not break 220 soon, it's most likely going to be going back on down towards around 195, 196. So if you are a shorter and you're saying, hey, Dek, I'm going to enter at 217, 216, 218, 219, and I am going to short, but I'm going to have a stop loss at a 220 break, I like that trade. So let's see if we get rejected again at 220. You can short as much as you want as long as you have a stop loss at a new high of the day break. So if you're entering right now and saying, Dek, I'm doing it right now, but I'm going to have a stop loss, and worst case scenario, I lose 4 cents, fine. Go for it. Because you have high reward and limited risk. You're risking 4 cents to possibly make 20 cents, which again is never a bad trade. But as long as you have discipline to get out, if you see this, right? That's the big fear right there. That's the fear. That's the fear right there if you're shorting, right? The squeeze and the pop and the move. So that's why I'm waiting more till 250 for me to do my short. All right, that's why I haven't entered yet, because I'm nervous of a squeeze like that. I'm nervous of that little pop. Now, we just have a big upper shadow. What did we get up to? 230? Come on, keep on going a little more. Good job to buyers that are in on this play so far. Still bullish, still trying to hold. Bullish and still trying to hold on this one. I'm going to stay patient. I'm going to sit back and stay patient on this play. Rob, yep, everyone who attends the boot camp will be again. I will record it all. So a little heads on up. It's not like you have to be there every single day of every waking second, but at the same time, you're only getting access to it and the recording if, of course, you are a member. Guys, little heads on up. Here comes again GXAI. Now, little heads up for every single person, as I've talked about. We are going to be looking for a short coming on up, aka betting against GXAI. GXAI betting against it as it comes up towards around 240, 250. Now, why am I looking for that? I'm looking at where do I think GXAI, the number one top gainer right now, where is it going to turn? I'm looking at past chart history pattern, and I'm saying to myself, okay, where is their old trouble? Old trouble is where people are going to sell. That's old trouble right here, 250, right? Where did we have old dip buys and bounce plays? Okay, a lot of old dip buying and bounce play right here, right around 250. Let's keep scrolling back. Where did we have a lot of, again, resistance? Let's turn this arrow around. 250, 250, 250, 250. Bounce play, 250. Let's keep going back even farther if we need to. Look at old support right around 250. I do think, again, right around this 250 mark, this orange line, which I'm going to turn right now into a red line, this is where we are going to have some serious trouble over on this play, and where, again, we should not be able to break through. So, I would like to be able to see it go up higher. We got up towards 238 so far. I am saying to you, for all long traders, I think a great exit would be 245 and higher. If you can get 245 or higher and you have that entry at 202, you have that entry at 210, you have that entry from 195 from the initial bull flag that we started talking about. And again, let's just go back to this. Look how great this bull flag pattern was. Look how great this wedge pattern was, right? Ladies and gentlemen, how cool is that? See that wedge pattern, that bull flag pattern, that nice breakout? Understanding what has been the whole entire stream purpose here is to be able to understand, be able to trade with confidence, be able to have preparation, right? 243 so far we got up to. Guys, let's see how much higher we can get up towards here. Let's see if we can start getting some 248s, right? 248s, absolutely beautiful. 249, beautiful. 252, something like that, beautiful. 255, beautiful. 258, 257. And again, I'm looking to surround that 250 mark, guys. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking to surround that 250 area. Now, if it works, great. If it doesn't work, I got to get out eventually. But I'm always willing to at least give it a test. Give it a test. Give it a chance. Right? Let's see if I can make some money at the areas that I believe are going to be, again, our reversal marks. So GXAI, let's stay alert. Guys, give me 2 seconds. Just going to walk across the room. We'll be right back. We did hit that 230 mark. I'm looking to see, can we get one last little pop here, traders? We got up to 243. Don't be the top there. Come on now. Don't reverse yet. Again, I want to sometimes, again, you got to go a little underneath some strong resistance. Look at this team. It's definitely getting a little bit of trouble here. Is there a chance that that's the top right there? Is there a chance that that is the top? Now, again, the way that I like to trade, as you guys know, is I trade where I say, hey, if I get filled, I get filled at such good areas that I really don't have to be concerned. I get filled at such good areas that I don't need to worry at all. I get filled at such good areas that I know that we can get resistance. But at the same time, sometimes, again, these areas are tough to get to, right? We know that we are very close to that target. What's our target, guys? That red line. That red line's our target up towards around that 250 mark. And that red line, again, matched up perfectly with, again, bounce play, bounce play, bounce play, old spiking high. We match up perfectly with old spiking high, top resistance, top resistance, top resistance. Nice little dip buy areas. You guys can see, again, old support mark. That 250 mark is definitely still our main target. Can we go a little bit higher towards that area, hit that top, reverse back on down, make, again, our $900 trade on the day? Deck, will you be going over Cobra, your broker on the bootcamp? I'm going over everything. So again, Monday through Friday of next week, we are going over absolutely everything. So again, that's why it's so important. Take advantage of the massive price drop. Guys, we've never dropped prices ever on TradeCaster. Ever. This is the first time ever. I think, again, when TradeCaster first launched six years ago, it was $100 a month. Then it went up to $120. Then it went up to $175. This is literally the lowest we have ever been on TradeCaster, $79 a month. And I'm keeping it there for a long time just because I want to say, hey, we're all set. And I will say this. I'll even make you guys this promise. I'll make this promise right here. If you have a subscription that's $79 a month, even if 4, 5, 6 years now we raise prices, you can keep $79 a month. So for now, just a little heads on up. For every single person that comes on over, signs up to TradeCaster, you will never, ever be affected by another price change. Sound good? Let's see where we're at. Team GXAI, come on, baby. Let's see if we get a little bit higher on up. How did VCIG do? VCIG, this one, yeah, this one didn't do anything. VCIG had a little bit of a morning spike, and then again just came crashing all the way back on down. GXAI here, traders. GXAI, we were so close to getting filled. 243. I would have probably got my first fill like 248, 249. Still has a chance. Yeah, Bob Adams, make sure, again, you re-sign up so you get the lowest price drop. Absolutely. But you will get all time that you have paid for. Guys, little heads on up. We are getting GXAI coming on back on up. GXAI, heads on up here, traders. We are, again, moving our way back on up. I definitely have potential over on GXAI as we are trying to squeeze on up towards those tops. Watching GXAI very closely here. Are we going to squeeze on up, hit a new high, get a nice little climb, start getting some momentum? I would like to get that one last little pop here. Come on now, baby. Come on. Art Piler, Deck, I'm a member. So to keep asking, I'm sorry to keep asking a question, but I just renewed my monthly subscription on the 15th to take advantage of the price change. I have to upgrade to the monthly option. Do I lose the monthly amount I just paid for? No. If, again, you have anything, a 6-month, 12-month, any membership like that, you, again, will have all the time you paid for 100%. So again, you will have all the time you paid for, and then again, your new subscription will start. But yes, a re-sign up to the new price. You will again get all the time you have paid for, and you are all set, ready to go. You do not kind of get gypped off in any way. You will again make sure you get everything that you are set. Guys, GXAI, still wanting to see what this one is going to do for us. Come on now. Let's get that last little squeeze. One last little squeeze is all we need. We got up to 243. Unfortunately, it looks like this thing is getting ready for the dump back down to $2. It does. Unfortunately, it looks like it's getting ready for that dump back down to $2. I'm thinking about just doing 500 shares just so I have some skin in the game in case this one does dump. So again, I would like to see maybe one last little pop back on up to 230. It looks like it's coming back on down to that purple line. It looks like, again, weakness is here. It looks like, again, we are having this little downtrend at this moment. And almost, I mean, could there be a chance that we just get like two little bull flag patterns? Take a look, guys. Bull flag number 1. Are we about to start forming bull flag number 2? And even if you guys are shorting this play, it still means it could fall all the way back down towards that 210 area. So again, GXAI looks like with this negative momentum, it's going to keep on fading. Palantir today, back on down to 162 at this time. Bang, bang, bang. Keeping our eyes peeled. BBAI, Big Bear AI, 563. How's BM&R doing? BM&R, rejection still fading, still falling, still getting a little ugly. Okay, low, not too much. GXAI starting to fade. Unfortunately, GXAI, guys, is starting to give some on back. So close to getting another trade in on this day. I mean, it is sometimes tough in August. I'm going to cancel my orders right now. I had this, again, 255, 250, 260. Going to cancel my orders right now at this moment. Guys, there, unfortunately, is GXAI getting weaker. GXAI at this moment, as I said, is probably going to get that flush. It is getting weaker. It is starting to get this little fade. Now, let's see what we have, guys. We might be coming on down to the end of the morning market. Unfortunately, again, I basically broke even. I lost 30 bucks here. We just didn't get any squeeze today. We didn't get any breakout today. Our number 1 top gainer, PRFX, hasn't done anything. Our number 2 top gainer, LASE, came crashing on down. Our number 3 top gainer, GXAI, isn't holding on up. So again, unfortunately, we did not get the big time breakout we want to see. Now, traders, I think this is a good deal here. If you guys smash that thumbs on up right here. If you guys, again, like, retweet, follow me over on X. I think, again, we do have a couple free days this week where I live stream. But then next week is 100% all for members. And the reason why it's all for members is because that's our summer boot camp. Next week is 100% all set for them because we want to make sure that I'm taking your train to the next level, and that's just information I can't give away for free. Too much, again, that I've taught. Too much, again, I know. I want to make sure that you guys are all set. Now, with that being stated here, ladies and gentlemen, I do want to post some final links for you guys. Number 1. If you guys haven't, make sure you guys go sign on up to, again, the number 1 broker in the world, Cobra Trading. Absolutely fantastic. Cobra is the broker I use that gives me shorts on nearly every single stock that I want to use. It is insane. The price drop is now live over on tradecaster.com. Make sure you guys go take advantage of that. Join. Make sure you guys are all set for, again, next week so that you guys are all ready to rock. And then on top of that, Fox Runner. They are having their 1-year anniversary. You guys do have, again, a free 30-day pass plus 30% off by using the code FOXY. So use the code FOXY, and you guys will be all set, ready to rock and roll. All right? Team, 10:40 in the morning right here. I just want to say one final time, thank you so much for everyone who has joined us on this day. It has been a blast. It has been fantastic. It has been absolutely awesome. And again, we're going to run it back tomorrow. We're going to do this once again tomorrow. We're going to make some more money. We're going to make some more cash. We're going to attack. We're going to be credible. We're going to do it live, do it in real time, and make sure that you guys are growing and learning. Hey, let's get ourselves fired on up. Let's keep the energy at 100, and let's keep this party going. I love this team. I love this community. We ain't stopping. We're picking on up. We're about to go into the next leg of teaching you how to trade, of making you money, and getting ready for one of the most exciting times of the year, fall and winter of 2025. Hey, thank you for everyone who's joining us on today. I had a blast over on X with you, over on Tradecaster with you, and over on YouTube with you. I love it. Enjoy it. Let's have some fun. I'll see you guys back here bright and early tomorrow morning. Traders, let's do it again. I'll see you guys. Help me wrap this thing on up here, baby. In 3, 2, 1. Ah! Woo! I love you. I'll see you then.
Did you make money today? Did you make a profit today? Did you come out on top today? I'm the Batman. I got this question the other day. Why are you successful?
$1,000 profit today.
First niggas gotta find me.
$700.
50 grand to a motherfucker like me. Can you please remind me? Ball so hard, this shit crazy. Y'all
$1,000.
don't know that don't shit phase. And as we go,
Lock
I'm
it on up.
82 when I look at you like this shit gravy. Ball so hard, this shit weird. We ain't even pro be here.
$1,400.
It's only right that we be fair.
Who's ready for $1 million year?
You should be asking how to be successful. Jackson, Tyson, Jordan, Game 6.